The following review has been approved by Lord Carnage and the best of Classic Game Room. Welcome to your Thursday CGR Q&A. I return. I took a trip, had to drive all the way to Cape Cod to buy Cape Cod brand potato chips, bring them into space, and eat them all. They're delicious. And I've got some new reviews coming up, like this alien fighting a Marine in a lifter, and the Game Boy printer, Game Boy camera, and most importantly, Game Boy printer paper. That's right, Nintendo made their own paper, which means you can only print Nintendo brand things on it, or else it explodes. It's true. So let's get started with some Q&A here after I promote the Classic Game Room app for Android and iPhone. Please download your app today. That way you'll never miss a CGR review. Again. Ever. You don't want to miss the printer paper review, trust me, that'll be good. Okay, I won't be able to answer all of these today, but I'll pick a bunch at random, starting with, what is your favorite video game movie? From Sizzle86, that's easy. Mortal Kombat, that movie's great. Love Mortal Kombat. Oh, what'd you think of MK? Well, I love Mortal Kombat, the movie. More than the games. Street Fighter, the movie, on the other hand, has Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it's one of those movies that's so bad it's actually good. Street Fighter, the movie. Favorite licensed video game soundtrack from the Doctor, whose avatar is RoboCop. Favorite licensed video game, like the Star Wars games? I love the Star Wars theme, or are we talking just video game themes in general? Musha, Herzog Zwei, pretty much anything from Technosoft on the Genesis. That's all I can think of at the moment. Hey Mark, did you know that Crystal Pepsi is set to make a comeback, asks Sizzle86. Yes, I heard that in the radio, and I can't believe it. Didn't work the first time. I don't know why they think it's going to work the second time. Hey Mark, how did you get the PAL Amiga CD32 to work? Asks Dave for Shmups. Well, I threatened it with a game gun. Also, I used an HDMI converter, which breaks PAL. Mark, have you completed your Vectrex collection? There's actually a whole bunch of other Vectrex games back there sent to the show, including the Art Pen, which works with some games. So now I've got a bunch of other Vectrex reviews coming. That's from Cervantes. Is it okay if I like Darius 2 more than Truxton? Asks Soul of Natsu. I suppose. It would not be okay to like Jar Jar Binks more than Truxton. That would be bad. Mark, does the Intergalactic Space Arcade have wood grain paneling? Yes. Gotta have wood grain. Also, asks Purple Tentacle. Let's click on the also. Can we get wood grain to replace piano gloss finishes? I hope so. I'm right there with you. I hate piano gloss. It just gets fingerprints everywhere. It looks great when it's photographed. If you have a whole crew that's cleaning it and keeping the dust off of it, like the PlayStation 4 or something, and then the moment you actually use it in real world, it sucks. Piano gloss should definitely be replaced by wood grain or fur, like the Chewbacca Hot Wheels I recently reviewed. I think I have that. Yes, I do. It's right here. See? It's a pickup truck covered in fur. It smells like a Wookiee. Teddy Kong Country asks, where do you back up video game reviews? Well, the easy answer would be hard drives, but a better answer is that we take over other planets and then force the inhabitants of those planets to remember the reviews in their cyborg brains and then spit them out when I need them. It's like an awesome episode of Buck Rogers. Let's see. Dreamcast 2, Electric Boogaloo, also Shenmue 3, and Jurassic World. Well, I always love talking about the Dreamcast 2. And we are getting apparently a Shenmue 3. I just backed the Kickstarter, as should you. Check out the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter. Now, when do we get a Sega Dreamcast 2 Kickstarter? That's the one I really want. With Sony's blah, 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 Dreamcast 2. I seriously doubt we're ever going to see Dreamcast 2, but it would be nice. And it better have wood grain. Or fur. Let's see. Valkyria Chronicles 4. That'd be nice. Skies of Arcadia 2 and Choo Choo Rocket The Revenge. I like all of those ideas. All of them. What do I think of Jurassic World? It was a lot better than I expected. It was actually a good action movie. It was ridiculous. It was insanely stupid, but at the same time, it was really fun. It was like Godzilla mixed with aliens. And a bunch of good one-liners. Not bad. Not bad for a big mainstream movie these days. They typically don't know what they're doing anymore, but that one was pretty good. Wasn't as good as the original. Not at all, but could have used more Jeff Goldblum and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Billy D. Williams. That would have been an awesome movie. Okay. Shenmue 3 was announced. Should we expect Cosmic Carnage 2? Asks Cervantes. I hope so. Cosmic Carnage 2, even more carnage. Top Gear's demise, JC909. That is sad. But to be fair, Jeremy Clarkson probably shouldn't punch people at work. However, I'm pretty sure they're all going to go on and make a new car series. And so it's like Top Gear really isn't going to go away. It's just going to have a different name. If all games go digital in a few years, how will they be played 20 years later? Good question. Here's my recommendation. Start collecting for Atari 2600 now. And it has wood grain. The Atari 2600 will never go obsolete. I mean, it kind of already... Never mind. You know what I'm saying. If all games go digital, then you'll probably have to pay for them again at some point or lose them all in some horrible disaster when dinosaurs actually do return and invade the Earth. After the robots and aliens. Who's in charge when Mark is on a secret mission? This guy. Alright, I got a bunch of people asking about Shenmue 3. What do I think about Shenmue 3? What do I want to see in Shenmue 3? I backed the Kickstarter, so I'm excited to get it, and if I have any input, you Suzuki, if you're listening, in the arcade, in the next U-Arcade or whatever, put Shenmue 3 in the arcade, so you can play the game that you're playing inside the virtual arcade in the game that you're playing. Make your head explode. Also, Zaxxon 3 would be cool. Alright. What we got here? Clicking around the forums randomly. Will Best of CGR ever be on VHS? Asks Games That I Play. No. Handhelds. From DeSchult 3. Watch your Defender handheld game review. In your opinion, why are the late 70s and early 80s handhelds superior to the crappy Tiger handhelds? Because they're better. They were brighter, they were more fun. They actually looked and played like real games instead of those garbage Tiger LCD games. Smash Brothers Maestro asks, what do I prefer, bats or birds? Bats. What do birds do? They just fly around and hit windows and stuff. Mark, do you read the comments? No. I was asked by Truxton for Vectrex featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Mark approved this TV show idea, also asks Truxton featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme. We open on a ragtag family of space criminals coked up on space coke. I like where this is heading. After fleeing from the space police of Donald Trump. I really like where this is heading. Then, when they feel as if they are safe, a comet with Jar Jar Binks riding it smashes into the criminals' space El Camino. The space car flies into the planet Danger Zone, where the world has been divided into the R Zone and Danger Zone. With people fleeing from a world growing red every day, red every day, our unsuspecting heroes must lead the rebellion against the evil Emperor Hitler Gamecom and his vast army of recycled ET cartridges wearing R Zones. Will the rebellion destroy Hitler Gamecom's evil plans? Will the Danger Zone ever be the same? Will the color red rain and burn out our retinas? And most importantly, will there be a Truxton 3? If I had $1 billion, I would greenlight that instantly. And hire Jean-Claude Van Damme to star in the main role, of course. Mark, are you looking forward to Transformers Devastation? To be honest, I don't even know what that is. If it's another Transformers movie, no. If it's a Transformers video game, yeah. Let's see here. E3 thoughts. I think it sounds like a bunch of propaganda. What is cuisine like within the R Zone? Asks Ellen something hella purple fuzzy. What is cuisine like within the R Zone? I'm clicking on that one. Does everyone feast upon each other's melted brains inside the R-Zone? I think it's a bunch of, like, overcooked burritos. That's what food would be like in the R-Zone. If you microwave a burrito too long, there you go. Here's a question from Balder. Mark, what are your top 3 arcade game machines? Ms. Pac-Man, Truxton, and Centipede. If you're going to play 3 arcade games, make those them. Fair price for a modern game? Asks Teddy Kong Country. Are we talking a game that never ends or a game that doesn't come complete? How much do you think is a reasonable amount to spend for a current for a game on a current home gen console? Well, they've typically been what, $59.95 or something recently, but I mean, come on. We all wait till they're free. Eventually they show up on PlayStation Plus or something. Cola and Consoles asks Chris117. Would you agree that out of the 16-bit consoles, the Genesis and SNES are the Coca-Cola and Pepsi of consoles, and TurboGrafx 16 is the RC Cola of the 3? Yes, that's a nice analogy, actually. But what would be Jolt? The Neo Geo? Remember Jolt? That stuff was awesome. The new 3DS XL, asks Teddy Kong Country. Is there a new? I don't even know which one. Are we talking about? This one? This is the new 3DS XL. Oh, sorry, that's the Game Boy. It comes with a 4D monochromatic monitor. Shh. Don't let Nintendo know that I have their secret prototype. Let's see, we got Battlefront Thoughts from John421. I am looking forward to the new Battlefront. Hopefully it's a lot like the old one. Let's see here. Sega Consoles Online asks, it's still thinking 1999. Hey Mark, I see you're going to do a review on NetLink. I haven't been able to get it working yet. I am doing a review on the thing that lets the Sega Saturn play video CDs like Star Wars. And that's pretty cool. And oh, he just sent a link with the place to send your NetLink and make it work. Well, I guess I'm going to have to try that. See if I can't watch Classic Game Room on my Sega Saturn using the NetLink. That would be interesting. The world would implode. The universe would implode. And be a better place for it. Mark, when are you going to review Wolfenstein Old Blood? I'm thinking of putting that into one of the new CGR Supreme films coming out. People voted on the name, and I like CGR Supreme. It's like Nachos Supreme, except Classic Game Room. Shining Force asks Night Tops. I like Shining Force. Haven't played it in a while. I don't think I ever reviewed that yet. But someday. Someday I will. Here's a question that says Betamax from Chris117. I think this computer might be faster on the Sega NetLink. What's going on here? Did we lose internet connection in space? Edit Station 1, fix this! Without the internet, what do I do? We're back up and running. You know, water tastes better out of the Classic Game Room beer mug. Not as good as beer, but still better. Alright, Betamax, what do I think? I think Laserdisc is better. Now, the real Dinky Do 22 asks, Mark, are physical strategy guides still worth collecting? Well, I never thought they were worth collecting to start with, but you can get most of the information on the internet these days. However, if you like physical strategy guides, then by all means, collect them. And try to pick a couple more questions here from people I haven't responded to before. Here we go. I got one from Doom Master Hell. Mark, Solid Snake or Big Boss? Or Cape Cod Potato Chips? Well, Cape Cod Potato Chips would make a terrific supervillain. If you take those out of the mix, I'm going to go with Big Boss. Just because the name Big Boss is awesome. I am James Monroe, 5th President of the United States, and I have recently been cryogenically unfrozen. I'm wondering what are the first 3 video games that I should play? Thanks. That was asked by 5th Pres James Monroe. Well, James Monroe would have been born in 1700s, I guess, 1700s probably. which would predate the Atari 2600 by a few years. So I would say I'd start him off on a 2600 game, something really good like Yar's Revenge. And you figure that, James Monroe would get into Yar's Revenge and be like, video games are awesome. You gotta play Truxton. You just gotta step it up to Truxton. And then take him into the future for something like Grand Theft Auto Vice City to experience the music of the 80s and riding through the mall on a motorcycle with a sword. Yar's Revenge, Truxton, and GTA Vice City. And got one here from Robot Robot KIG. What modern video games are you looking forward to, aside from Star Wars Battlefront? That's the one I was just going to say. What new games are you looking forward to? Shenmue 3. What else is coming? I don't even know what else is coming out. I have no idea. Are there any other Dreamcast releases coming out this year? We could use more Dreamcast games. Tastotron 5001 asks about if I'll be at too many games in PA. I guess I missed that already. Some people asked me that, but I wasn't there. But I will be at Replay FX. I'll be talking on Saturday, so you can come see me talk and probably make an ass of myself, which is what I do on a daily basis. Sony fan 0712 asks, new Avengers movie. Better stars Jean-Claude Van Damme. Have you seen the new Avengers movie? I did see the new Avengers movie. It was alright. They're all kind of the same. There's a lot of explosions and pretty people on screen. Okay, 2 more questions here for the day. One from Mr. Sec C, Soul Reaver series. I like the Soul Reaver games. I haven't played one in a while. I have Soul Reaver 2. I'd love to play it. It's waiting for time. It's one of those games I want to just sink some time into, and I've been wanting to do that for like 5 years. So one of these days I will play Soul Reaver 2, because I've enjoyed the other Soul Reaver games. And Prince Watercress asks, are you still doing CGR Garage? Yeah, I just did one the other day of that Chewbacca car. When do you record the QA Thursday videos? Last minute on Thursdays. It's Thursday right now, unless it's not Thursday where you are. Are there any animals in space, like space echidnas? Frequently there's a space dog, which eats all the space echidnas. Sorry. Thank you for watching Thursday CGR Q&A. Ask your questions at the Classic Game Room forums at classicgameroom.com. New reviews are coming up for Asteroids Hyper 64 and Warriors Orochi 3. Don't miss those, and I'll see you soon here on Classic Game Room. I just pounded that water with authority. The best of Classic Game Room is on DVD, Blu-ray, and Laser Hypervision album set.